hello. That's more like it, right? Somebody said to me that I'm not sounding like I used to. You know, after being on the radio in Philadelphia for 50-some years. Who are these people like meandering up on stage? But we'll find out shortly, won't we? Anyway, I have been here once before to shoot a picture of all things to do. Well, I love it. Whatever that was. I thought they were straightening my garters. Yeah, I spent about half an hour looking for the right belt to go on these jeans. And now it's letting me down, so to speak. Before I introduce these guys and tell you a little bit about them, how many of you know the band and just over the years, just old time fans? I guess I first met them in, you just checking?
1971.
1971. That's when we met?
That's when me and Paul started working at NMR.
Oh, that's right. WMMR, what a great station.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Certainly.
Chris, the manager, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I counteract one of your rules? May I have permission to counteract one of your rules?
Is it the no talking one?
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, because this act that we have here, this is very much audience interaction. And we call upon the audience to interact with us. So it would be stifling to them to not be able to do that. So you guys feel free to talk, and talk to each other and talk to us, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you, thank you. You know, I was going to tell a little story about, I see some people here, I know them well from the Philadelphia Folk Festival. Anybody here a festival goer of sorts? Yeah, well, good. I met Johnny's Dance Band. I keep thinking I met them in Center City, Philadelphia, originally, and then realized the connection to New Hope and Bucks County and all that stuff, where I used to hang out occasionally, but I have not gotten it in my mind exactly the day or the moment that I shook hands with Tony or Courtney or all those guys. I have to go to my memory book, but I do want to mention something that reminds me of Johnny's Dance Band in the sense that there's a guy from Schwenksville who is a flasher, and this guy, and this is talk about tradition and the way things go, you know. This guy has been flashing all over the Upper Salford Township area, and sometimes they call it the Downward Salford area, depending on where you're looking from. But this guy was in his 70s, and he was still flashing people. And all his friends are saying, "Look, you're too old for this." He says, "No, I'd like to stick it out for another year or so." So I was going to say they bared with him, but that's not quite the expression I was using. But he had some interesting experiences because in his flashing days, like one time he went to New York City, he wanted to go to where they make wonderful garments for men, women, and children. So he went to the garment district, and there they have all these experienced people who do the cutting and on America's great manufactured clothing, the International Garment Workers Union, they're all wearing those buttons. So this flasher from Schwenksville, he walks over to a woman and opens his coat, his trench coat, and she looks down and she says, "You call that a lining?" So he would get himself in trouble. And I'll tell you one thing, where he turned out, everything seemed to turn out just right. He went to the famous flower show that they have in Philadelphia, and he went in there. Do you know that he came out with second prize in best dried arrangement? Well, now that you're warmed up sufficiently, let's get back to the meat of things here. I can't tell a lot of those jokes on my show because I'm on the radio. And on the radio, you can't even use damn or bad words. FCC clean, they say. Nowadays, every little CD has one. FCC, beware. and they'll say, cut 4, that's where it fuck, shit, and piss on it. Wow, I'll never play that cut. And then that, of course, is the first cut I get to when I get home, Oh, let me check this out. My wife loves to hear all those cuss words. Anyway, I grew up in my way with Johnny Stan's band and Tony. Tony's the guy that did all those great spots for my favorite radio station in those days, WMMR. He could sound like everybody. He would do the one, he'd sound like Neil Young, he'd sound like Elvis Presley, like a calypso band. And he wrote the jingles that turned into be the identifications of all time. Really some of the best of them. In fact, Pierre Robert from WMMR, who's been here for years and a dear friend of mine, he calls me once a year because MMR is having an anniversary, and he wants me to come in and reminisce about, who spilled that, who caused that stain over there, things like that, all the important things. What did they spill? But he would actually continue playing the same jingles. Have you heard them in the last couple of years? It's like amazing. It's the time machine. Well, this is a special occasion for a number of reasons. First of all, I'm in Chaplins, which is very exciting to me. I thought it was because this place was famous because Johnny Stan's band used to play here. But actually, it was. It was also famous for Buster Keaton, right? Yeah. And there's a picture out there with Albert Einstein. I don't think Albert Einstein was ever here. I mean, what did he do? E equals MC squared. Talking about your square MC, here he is. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce, and you should give him a glorious welcome right now. And for the entire evening, he'll get you involved. We'll have costumes and makeup ready for you. Costume and, so don't feel shy about getting on stage and interacting with this glorious, glamorous band. Ladies and gentlemen, with Tony Juliana at the lead, Johnny's dance band for one of their final performances in the world. Could be. Then again, they'll be back tomorrow. They don't mess around that. They're booking it right now. Anyway, Johnny's dance band, Tony Giuliano, our friends from Little Hope.